Hi everybody, welcome to Forging a Nation here in Iceland. We've got two huge Champions League games today. We've already got 2 points on the board from our first 4 games, which I don't think is terrible when you look at who we've played. Obviously the league we wrapped up, it wasn't an invincible season. We had a stupid scrappy loss in the championship group. We kind of got shafted a little bit by players being away on international duty, but you know what, it is what it is. Let's just get into the Champions League, and also we need to touch on the Conference League as well. Before we get into the video, everybody, if you want to do me a massive favour and drop a like on the video down below, it literally takes you 2 seconds just to click that little like button in the corner of your screen. I would really appreciate it. And I also appreciate your patience, continuing patience with this save at the moment. I have kind of not taking my eye off the ball per se, but things have kind of slowed down a little bit while I've been doing the agent videos. And I've been mad busy in work. I've been busy outside of work, so it just meant that my recording time has been really limited, and also my editing time as well. So I'm actually recording this at a point where I think I've got 1 or 2 videos still to edit and upload. So yeah, I'm a little bit behind at the moment. So yeah, thank you again for that. But Champions League. So after we played Salzburg, we went to San Sebastian and we played Real Sociedad, where we lost 4-2. We were awful in the first half, going 2 goals behind before we actually sort of managed a little bit of a fight back in the second half before they did make it 3-0 to really kill the tie. Or so I thought, before Alan Suarez scored twice in 4 minutes, and then any chance of a comeback, an unlikely comeback, was dashed by Barrenechea, scoring in the 87th minute to make it 4-2 on the night in Spain. And just as a quick point of reference, this was the only league game we lost of the season. We conceded in the 92nd minute to Greta. This was a team that was, I would say, we were struggling a little bit. We had quite a few players away on internationals, as you can see. We had AKUREYRI, Trifonov, and Lindstrom, all horrendously tired. We seem to go through this phase when it comes to the end of the season in the championship group, where a lot of our players go away on international duty, mainly the under-21s, but still very frustrating. Well, we did have arguably the biggest game of the save so far, certainly from a commercial and an attendance point of view, when we welcomed Manchester City to the Athletic Stadium. And we actually took the lead 1-0 through Alan Suarez with a penalty before Erling Haaland remembered that he was on the pitch and scored a hat-trick. So, yeah. You know what? We actually didn't play terribly. We gave a good go, but we have to look. Cabrera, Zabala not performing, Rykov not really performing, Valsen not having a great game. Disappointing. And then we showed signs of real progress where, having lost, I think maybe only a season or 2 ago, 4-1. I think we were at home in that game as well, to Braga. We went to Portugal, and despite maybe not being at our best, we managed to salvage a 1-1 draw. And I think that's really good for us. And it leaves us currently 31st after 4 games. Not outside the realms of possibility that we could sneak into the top 24, considering we've got 4 games left. But those 4 games are against Roma, Manchester United, Lech Poznan, so doable there, but also Marseille. So it's going to be tough. Today we've got the Roma and the Manchester United games. And something I am keen to touch on kind of before we lose these stats before the end of the season, because that will happen at some point in the next couple of weeks once the season refreshes in December. Just this goal return from our strikers, guys. 44 goals and 12 assists for Schwarz, 36 goals and 13 assists for Rykov, and 32 goals and 11 assists for Valdemarsen. They've got over 100 goal contributions between them quite comfortably. It is staggering, absolutely staggering. We have given Rykov a new contract in the hope that we can tie him down just for a little bit longer. And and then if you look at the assists, we've got Zabala with 17. Who's he wanted by now? PSG, Arsenal, and Alweda. But then you get down to here past the playmakers, and then we've got Rykov and Schwarz chipping in then. Trifonov with 12. And Ragnarsson also with 12. Ragnarsson doing really well, considering he's not actually all that technical. And we did get our youth intake through, and considering it looked like it was going to be quite rotten, we actually got a potentially decent central midfielder in Daniel Björnsson. Looks decent, unflappable media handling style, so hopefully some degree of professionalism there. Hopefully he can work on his determination, his overall technical ability, but seeming as that we currently do actually use two sort of number sort of 6/8s there. He can work on his strength as well. He could potentially turn into a really good playmaker in there for us, especially with his sort of reasonable passing and technique already. We can get him to work on his vision. With his flair as well, he can hopefully sort of turn into a bit of an unpredictable, nice creative player. And with 15 composure and 13 agility, he should be someone who can quite happily sort of nip around in that midfield and hopefully make the right pass. And good natural fitness, hopefully he's someone who can go for a long time. And the last bit of admin, just a quick catch up on how we've been doing with Iceland. So we actually came second in our Nations League group. Really disappointing. We definitely could have got promoted, but it was North Macedonia in the end who did go up. This 1-1 draw to Bulgaria and this 2-2 draw to Azerbaijan, really struggling, really sort of shacking us there. Macedonia, obviously the team to beat, they did beat us 1-0 away, and then we were, I would say, really unlucky here to not sort of sneak a win. To be honest with you, 88th minute, third goal for Galder Gudmundsson, and I'm sort of thinking, great, let's just get it done. And just as we were trying to park the bus, they snuck a 91st minute goal. We were literally in the middle of making the changes to try and clamp things up a little bit, and before they could kick in, they managed to score. And our preparation for the match against Roma has been absolutely sideswiped by Valson picking up an injury, not just, 2 days before the game. So in comes the youngster, Haraldur Arne Jørgensen, who, to be fair, doesn't look terrible. He's 17. He came through one of our youth intakes. He's got reasonable reflexes and technical stuff, but yeah, it's one hell of a task for him today. Going to be going up against the likes of Tammy Abraham, Tommaso Pobega, and the rest of Roma's team. I think I'm going to go with Kone over Rihagni. I'm going to ignore and hope that this thing with Kipre doesn't really cause us any issues. And I think otherwise the team, it's actually pretty much the team I would go with. Argument for Löwer over Schmidt. We're going to stick with Schmidt for now. He's wanting that more game time. He did score last time out against Braga, so we're going to give him that chance. And Rykov and Schwarz kind of picked themselves, really, with Zabala and Cabrera making up the wings, and obviously Bernberg has been fantastic. Now, today is obviously going to be a ridiculously hard game. We're going up a very, very good team in Roma. But, you know what? We're at home. Who knows what can happen? Under the lights in Iceland, can we sneak something here? And, we don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but any sort of positive result here would be, let's just snap Zalewski because he's already struggling. Any sort of positive result here, goes out saying, humongous. I'm not expecting us, as we've touched on, to get out of this league phase. But I feel like we've shown enough about us that, you know what, maybe if we can pick up a good run in the last 4 games, who knows, maybe if we can sneak something here, somehow sneak something against Manchester United and beat both Marseille and Lech Poznan, we have an outside shot of getting into the top 24. But, don't get me wrong, we're not going to go get carried away. We're not going to expect us to do anything other than just pick up a bit of money and a bit of coefficient points, hopefully, on the way. Because at the end of the day, the main thing about this Champions League run for us has been to try and get that juicy money come the end of the season. Well, end of the Champions League season. Lovely little layoff by Schmidt, nice from Alvarez. Schwarz tries to buy Rykov, but can't quite get it there. I definitely feel like the FM gods gave us a tough run of games. So I'm just moving a few things around across my screen so I can see what's going on a little bit better. Always have to try and keep an eye on my recording screen because sometimes I've had it in the past where the mic has just sort of dipped out and stopped recording. And Alvarez somehow doesn't hit the target after some really nice build-up play there. And here comes Cabrera. We'll take that. I don't know how that didn't go in. Really don't know how that didn't go in. Must have just been some brilliant last-ditch defending. Well, the Roma's manager is now playing a nice 4-4-2. No, that was incredibly lucky because the defending off that set piece was terrible. We have also, honestly, the issue I've got, right, is just because I've been quite busy lately, and because I've not been able to do any editing properly for a while, I'm a little bit out of sync with where I'm actually updated you. We have got some transfers done, but they're not going to be coming in until like February, so we'll probably go through all of them then, so I know exactly kind of where I'm at. Yeah, just so I know once they're in the door, I can be like, right, so and so's joined, so and so's joined. We basically look to sort of really try and bolster our midfield. Hopefully some loan farm players coming in as well. Oh, that's a lovely, lovely goal. To be fair to him. Yes, it's Rodriguez. Nice finish. Wonder if he's any relation to Hugo Rodriguez. But the pass from Bove out to, is it Pavuk on the right? Really nice. And first time cross, and he rises really well. It's quite poor defending from Kone. But you know what? If we can create a couple more chances like that Alvarez one, and it can go to the land at the feet of the right player, we could potentially get a goal. But I think it's time to sort of maybe stop showing them quite so much respect. Nice. Here goes Cabrera. I appreciate him winning the corner, but I'd rather him have played the pass through, personally. I really think he should have just played the pass. We had some good numbers over, and I think he could have just slipped a pass through if he'd have wanted to. Hey everybody, I just had to take a quick break to go and get my dinner, and I've just started recording again, and well, I've just realised that when I pressed start record, it hadn't actually started recording, so we're actually 2-0 down. I will show you the goal when I get the opportunity to do so. It was another goal for Rodriguez, and it was really frustrating. We win the ball back well, and then the Langer just gives it away on the edge of the box, and they counter us incredibly well. Counter press and counter play, I guess, incredibly fast and make it 2-0. We made a couple of changes. Matuk, Gallo, and Rekagni have all come on for Kone, Alvarez, and Belanga. And I'm probably going to look at bringing Schmidt off soon, and maybe one of Alvarez, Suarez, or Rykov. Yeah, basically, when we played Braga, we came out, the first half went much the same way that this first half went, and then we came out in the second half a lot better and managed to get an early equaliser. But in this game, we've just sort of really, really struggled to create anything of any real note, which has been a shame. Schmidt wins it back well, though, and here's Gallo. And it's Schmidt again. Oh, come on. Why couldn't anyone just get a hold of that? Some nice play. Here's Schmidt. Come on. Come on, Pedro. You've got to win that. You've got to be winning that. Maybe bring on Trifonov. I don't know. Maybe we go Lerva and Trifonov. Just see if we can create something. Nice bit of footwork from Gallo there. He's someone who I intend to be using more as a first team option. I just struggle to get him in. Oh, Schmidt's just hit the inside of the post. Oh my word. Back to the wall defender from Roma there. I just struggle to get him into the team reliably because of the squad red rules in Iceland. But he's certainly someone who I'll be looking to sort of try and free up a pathway to get him there. But we actually have better XG as well. Fuming. I'll try doing... This is what we did against Sociedad. We hit early crosses. And it really paid off because it managed to find Schwarz just sort of peeling in at the back. Lerva wins another corner. Pereira's obviously picked up some sort of knock. Going to be that tired. Shocking. Realistically, if we're to have any unlikely chance of going through, we need to be unbeaten. 2 wins minimum in our next 3 games. But you know what? To welcome Roma to Iceland and to potentially only lose 2-0, I suppose, isn't too embarrassing in our first sort of outing in the Champions League. Don't get me wrong, you know, I feel like things could be a little bit better, but what a goal. What a goal. No, don't. That was a lovely goal. Don't flag it. It's been given, thank you. It's a lovely little bit of lovely passage of play. Kipre into Gallo. And the pass from Gallo into Rykov. How was that even close to being offside? He was miles on. There's a lovely turn and a lovely finish, but it's going to be too little too late. We're not going to get anything out of this game now. But I'll tell you what, the players who've come on have certainly put down a marker to start against United. You know, you're talking about Gallo. Potentially even Matuk or Lerva maybe. So everyone, it is time for the Manchester United game, and we have made a couple of those changes that we touched on. So we brought in Trifonov, we're going to leave Ricagni in, and we actually brought in Abinho for Alvarez, and we brought in Gallo for De Lange, and I think we're going to leave Schmidt, Rykov and Suarez in for now, and we're going to see how they get on. We've got Valdemarson on the bench, we'll probably look to bring on. We've got Lindstrom, Kone, we've got De Lange obviously there, Alvarez, Zabala, Matuk as well. So I think, let's see if we can cause an upset at Old Trafford. Let's just go. I'm really excited for this game. Like, this is huge. Like, we're playing at Old Trafford. We're playing at Old Trafford against Manchester United, one of the most storied teams in world football. A very tough team. They've still got the likes of Højlund. They've still got Rashford. Still got Mason Mount. They've got Warren Zaire-Emery. They've got Fresneda. I don't know who this guy is. Some new gens kicking around the team. Well, a lot of new gens kicking around the team. He could be, looks like he could be got at. But yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. I've got a good feeling. Well, a good feeling for a good performance. Like, you know, do ourselves justice, basically, is what I'm hoping for. And kind of like we did against City, kind of like we did to an extent against Roma. Like, you know, go down fighting, you know, not getting steamrolled. You know, digging in. And trying to make life as difficult as possible for the more illustrious opposition. Great tackle from Trifonov. Absolutely brilliant tackle. We will obviously touch on Breither Blick after this game. So they are playing their 5th Conference League game the day after this game. They currently, I think, on 5 points maybe in the Conference League with 2 games to go. So if they can get a win in this next game that they're playing tomorrow, I fancy their chances of going through. They could easily be on more points as well. They were really unlucky. The first game they played against Spartak Trnava, they took the lead. I think they took the lead. Anyway, either way, regardless, they conceded like a 94th minute. 94th. How would you describe it? 94th minute losing goal. Yeah. To lose 2-1. Since then, they've drawn 2, and then they just beat Sheriff Tiraspol 3-1, I think, or something like that. Just as we survive a penalty scare. Yeah, so they're doing all right. They're doing all right. Trifonov has been very solid in the tackle so far. We are supposed to be playing cautious. I told the assistant to get us playing cautious. In fact, you know what? I'm just going to try and get it clear quicker. And play with set pieces. No. This is why I just want to play. I just want us going long, because United are pressing us very, very effectively. So I want to just try and bypass the press, because then what happens is we lose the ball, they pass it around a few times, and then they score. That's literally what happens. Frustrating. Frustrating. Don't want to see that again. sickener to concede like that. But it was all our own doing, kind of like it has been, against Roma, and like it was a little bit against City at times. Like, we gave the ball away twice, and Haaland goes and scores. So we just need to be better with the ball. Really, we need to be a lot better with the ball than we're being at the moment. I honestly thought that had actually gone in then, and I just thought the match it glitched and wasn't giving us a goal notification. I honestly thought that had gone in. Oh wait, nice one, Rafagni. Thank you, Abinho. Come on, he needs to do better than this. This isn't good enough. This is not good enough. Like, that's terrible. That's really, really poor. Why is no one... Like... I don't know how to approach this. Why is no one, like, pressing that? If they'd have scored then, I'd have been fuming. Because everyone just backed off. Yeah, come on. Now, come on, Trifonov. Come on. Get the cross in. Get the cross in. He gets the cross in. Rykov shot's blocked. Bernberg hit it open. Hey, we've had a chance. We created a chance. Oh, come on, Cabrera. That's shocking. You should be cutting that out. He should have been cutting that out. That could have easily been another goal. Come on. Why? Again, it comes from us giving the ball away and then just not recovering. Literally comes from us giving the ball away and then just not recovering. That is embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing goal to concede that. Don't win the first, don't win the second. Shocking. Look at this. Don't win the first here. Oh, sorry. Schwarz did win it. He won the first and he headed it right into the danger zone. Slick. Well done. Absolute shocking game, this. Really expected better. Really expected better. So we made a couple of changes. We brought on Löwe and we brought on Valdemarsen and we brought on Ragnarsson. So Löwe's on for Schmidt, Valdemarsen's on for Schwarz, and Ragnarsson is on for Cabrera. Just to see if we can win the second half, basically. But yeah, I'm not happy with the way we've made this a lot easier for United than we have done against other teams. Like, I feel like we've really just sort of rolled over in this game, which is really frustrating. Really frustrating. Don't get me wrong. United have got much better quality than we do, but I just feel like we've really sort of shot ourselves in the foot a few times, let ourselves down really, and that's the frustrating thing for me. Is I just know we're a better team than this. So yeah, that's the annoying thing for me. Nice. That was a good little ball into the channel there, I felt. It just felt Valdemarson could have potentially got himself in the way. But I don't know. I'm going to be interested to see what happens in the next transfer window. Yeah, don't know what we do in terms of player sales is kind of more what I'm wondering. Like who we sort of decide to let go, who we decide to try and cash in on, for example. Great save from Valson. Yeah, going to be interesting to sort of see what comes our way. Obviously, we're going to have January. We're going to have the January window, and then our transfer window opens in the February. So, yeah, I'm not sure what's going to happen there, really. I think it's unlikely that I'll bring it back for the last two Champions League games in Marseille and Poznan, just because realistically we're not going to have anything to play for, like in terms of like getting into the top 24. We're just going to be playing for pride, really. So I might, well, just given how my schedule is at the moment, I might just choose to play them off camera just to get them done. Just because, like I said, I am struggling. I'm juggling quite a lot at the moment, so. Content creation wise, but also just life wise and stuff. So I will probably just prioritize getting these two games done and then getting to a point where we're ready to record the next episode. It'll probably be, maybe just an update midway through the next season, just to sort of touch base on mainly on like a transfer recap video, really. Just to sort of let you know where we're up to, as we're going into the Champions League. If things are going really well, I might just do what I did last time and just do one big game. One big video doing transfers and a game, around the Champions League knockouts or the European knockouts, playoff games. Sorry. I might just end up doing that, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I mean, no doubt about it. This campaign has been huge for us this season in Europe. Getting into the Champions League, the money we've got from competing in that, the money we should get at the end of the Champions League season as well, sort of dished out amongst not just ourselves, but hopefully into Icelandic football as well. Another great save from Valson. Hopefully we'll get some sort of money pooling sort of coefficient wise. Obviously Braither are doing quite well. I just need someone to go professional, really. Another team in the Icelandic division to go professional. That's going to be the main one, I think. Nice one from Delanga. Nicely won. Oh, Valdemarson's ghosted it. He's got in. Unfortunately, he's got no one up with him because Abinho stopped running. I mean, at least we've not conceded any more in this half. Silver linings and all that jazz. Oh, Lerva nearly scored. I was thinking, are we going to win the half just at the very end? But no, Lerva has a header cleared off the line. We've had a nice little bit of news. The board's asked us about looking for an affiliate club, so we've asked them to try and find a club in a different country just to try and boost our rep. And who knows, it might even help with bringing in, some exciting new gens as well. So Braither have just been thumped at home by Sarajevo, FK Sarajevo 3-0. So that leaves Braither with one game to go in the Conference League, and I can't remember who it is they're playing. 24th. So who's their last game against? They're away. It's going to be tough if they are. They're away at Sturm Graz, and that's next week. So we might as well, we might as well see how they get on. We've not got a game now until the new year, so let's see how they get on in that game and see if they're going to go through. And they lost 1-0 to Sturm Graz, so they miss out by a point. Even if they'd have got a draw, they would have probably gone through over Dnipro Besiktas. That's a real shame. But you know what? The fact that they got there is really, really good. They gave it a good go. And they managed to pick up some coefficient points on the way. We're currently due to finish, at the moment, level on points with Romania. But obviously, we've got the scope to potentially pick up a few more points. Excuse me, but I assume Romanian teams probably also do as well. So we're kind of looking at potentially sneaking above Romania, but hopefully definitely going above Bosnia into 27th. Which, you know what, we'll take. What a waste the club, but I'm able to find a suitable club to form a link with. Just how? As I said, if it's okay, I will leave it there. And honestly, I might not see you now until around about here, unless this Poznan games turns into us having a chance of getting through, which I can't see it happening because, let's be honest, we're going to need to win both games and hope that none of these teams pick up any points, basically. That we can somehow leapfrog them. That's what we need to happen, and I can't see it happening, to be honest with you. All we can hope for is if we can get a couple of good results just to boost the coefficient points and go from there. Meanwhile, Suarez is still way out in front on 18 goals for the Champions League. Who knows? He may even finish top scorer in the Champions League. Still only valued at 250k to 400,000. But yeah, I would love to be able to keep this guy. He has broken the record for the most number of league goals for the club now as well. I think he'd just be a brilliant player just to keep around. He's still technically pretty good. Don't get me wrong, he's hardly elite, but he's good for us. He's got decent mentals. I see no reason why we can't just keep him around the club, hopefully for the rest of his career. Really, he's 24 now. The only way he'll ever leave is if a Brazilian club comes in for him with decent money and he wants to go. And we end up letting him go as a result of that, but I can't really see him leaving any other reason, really. And this is where in 2 weeks' time, when the January window opens, a club comes in and he's like, I want to go, and this is the last time you see him. But yeah, currently the club record holder of the most goals in the league. He's been brilliant for us since he's joined in 2027. Yeah, absolutely fantastic, and he's been a massive part of the success we've had at this club. You only have to look at since he's joined. 15 goals, 19 goals, 9 4. He sort of dipped out a little bit around here, and then he's just come roaring back in the last couple of seasons. Absolutely brilliant numbers. 16 goals in all comps there, 33 there, 36 there, and then 44 this season. Absolute brilliant player. So, yeah, long may Alan Suarez stay. Take care, everyone. I'll leave you with that, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.